Hi guys, and happy Saturday. I hope you're having a beautiful Saturday. It is raining, cold, dreary. It's just not fun here at all. And originally they said it was going to be 65 degrees. And we were waiting for that. But because it's so cold and dark, because it's so rainy and dark and damp, it feels cold. It does not feel like 65 degrees. So I had a very fun week, and with the exception of one very stressful day, the rest of the week was very fun. And I did some thrifting, and I had gotten a notice that they were going to be working on the electric on our street. And they said it would be done this past Thursday, which I believe was the 9th. And they said that our power would be out from 9 to noon. Okay, no problem. I had no problems in the morning early. I checked everything I had to do online. And then I said, all right, I'll go out for a while the power's out. And it won't even affect me. So I get home, and all my lights were back on, everything was back on, but my internet was gone. So I thought maybe they hit the FiOS line when they were doing the work. I don't know. So I did everything I could with Verizon. 3.5 hours I was on the phone with them. They made me get some tools, go into the big FiOS box, and try and troubleshoot this by myself with the phone on video and the guy telling me what to do. I was like, finally, I flipped out. I literally flipped out. I said, I'm 62 years old. I pay you so much money a month for this internet. Why do I have to do this myself? This is ridiculous to me. He said, all right. He said, I'll send out a technician. I said, no, never mind. Don't send out a technician because I'm done with your company. I'm canceling my account. So he's like, I'm just a tech. You can't do that with me. This the whole bullshit. I made about 10 calls that afternoon. Finally, when I called to cancel, they tell me that they're closed for the day. Our offices are closed for the day, and they give you the hours. If you would like a call back, leave a message. So I requested a call back for 8:30 the next morning. I told her, cancel it. I'm done with it. I've had nothing but problems. Every time I had a problem, it was major to try and fix it. So she didn't argue with me. She didn't try to push me into anything else. She canceled it. She was really good. She was the best person I spoke to in this whole ordeal. So through the night, tossing and turning, not being able to sleep, I said, all right. I still obviously have the iPad and my phone, but that doesn't help YouTube and my podcasts. So thinking all night, what am I going to do? Am I going to get a different service? Am I going to do, what am I going to do? All right. And how long am I going to have to wait, right? So a light bulb goes off in my head. I said, I'm going to get mobile broadband hotspot. I've had it before, and it was very good. And I've heard it's gotten much better. I went over to AT&T right down the street from me, talked to the guy, told him what I do on the computer, all month, and, will this work for me? He said, absolutely. And the good thing about it is I can take it with me. I can take it with me to my mother's. They don't have internet there, so I can't, I can only use my iPad there. So if I want to work with the laptop or anything like that, I can have internet wherever I am. So, like I told Cindy, if I couldn't get something immediately, I could always do my videos and use Record King's Wi-Fi to put it all together, you know, and to upload it for you guys. But that doesn't help my podcasts. And of course, we're in our Christmas season. I didn't want to miss the festivities with you guys. So I got the AT&T thing, and I've been using it since I got it, and I have been loving it. And I don't even notice that I'm on something else. It's like fast. It's great. It's great. So I am set. We are set. And it only took, you know, a day. Only a day of being offline. And even at that, it was only from, you know, before 9 a.m. to the next morning. Because as soon as AT&T opened, I ran over there, talked to him, got it all worked out, and we're all good to go now. But I'm so relieved to be away from Verizon. I'm telling you, every time, 15 years with them, and every time I had a problem, which was not often, I will say, but every time it was a big deal to contact, to try and get help. You remember when the garbage truck knocked the FiOS line down that time, and they wanted to send somebody 6 days out, and I was like, what are you kidding me? 6 days? Skeety told me to, you know, threaten them with the Bureau of Public Utilities. As soon as I mentioned them, they sent 5 trucks that day, that very day. I told you the whole story in the summer that time. But why? I mean, if I didn't know that, if I didn't know him, I wouldn't know that. And I would have waited 6 days for these idiots to come and fix the line. And meanwhile, the line's laying across the street. I mean, I don't know. It was crazy. So anyway, I'm done with them, and I'm happy. I'm happy with what I have. It's working very well for me. And I did a podcast today with it. I uploaded a video last night of a song that me, Craig, and Rock and Bob did. And I hope you enjoyed it. We were just goofing, and we just had so much fun. So we wrote it 10 minutes before we sang it. And we sang it once, and then we recorded it. Then we filmed it. So we had no practice, nothing. We were just winging it and just laughing, having a great time. Because we were killing time. We were waiting for 2 more people to come so we could have our Record King staff holiday dinner. We were going to Plank's Pizza. And so we did that. Went to Plank's, had a great time. Great food, great people, of course.
More lighting.
Oh, you're giving her light too?
Stuff like that.
Or you can get what do you call it, a flight?
A flight.
You can choose a few different ones. Little ones.
Right.
Little ones like that. Bacon. I feel like yelling bacon.
Yes. They capitalize bacon every time.
Every time, like you're supposed to shout it.
I like that lit up.
Well, you can see now, right? The ambiance is very nice.
I do have one question. Is it going to be one check or several checks?
One check.
One check? Okay, no worries. Are you ready?
Interesting.
Is over here. Okay?
Those are so
Wait,
cute.
my first one's on the right.
What's the first one?
It's on your left. 34 is there.
Right on your left. Okay.
On the left, going down.
Where's 26?
I don't. 26 is the first one, huh? Number one.
No, on the left. Got it.
You don't even say that?
Was that a choir of angels that we heard?
Mac and cheese and bacon. I was thinking that's very.
So, anyway, we are drinking a Hobgoblin. Again, one of my very favorites. From England, very good stuff. I got a beautiful gift in the mail, and I'm not going to say who it's from because she didn't say. I don't think she wants me to say. But anyway, I love it so much, and one of these things we're probably going to do as another Christmas reading, if I can get through the book without crying, because as soon as I opened it, I read it from cover to cover, and I cried. So I don't know if I can read it, but I'm gonna try. I'll do the same thing I did with the Animals Christmas, where I read it over and over and over until maybe the impact. You know what to expect, and maybe you won't cry. We'll try. But it's beautiful. It's called The Christmas Cat, and it's illustrated by the great Tasha Tudor. So it's really, really beautiful. But it's happy, sad, just like the Animals Christmas. But it's hard for me, hard. Just the thought. But anyway, so that might be another of our Christmas readings if I can get through it without crying. Such a beautiful thing. And the other thing I got from her is this beautiful thing, Winter's Night by Nox Arcana. I have to say, or is it Winter's Night? And the album's called Nox Arcana. No, the band is Nox Arcana. Okay, this is so beautiful. It's playing in the background. It is so amazing. It's my kind of music. It just reminds me so much of my favorite artist, Peter Gundry. And it is remarkable. The whole day that I was dealing with the Verizon thing, I was playing this because it had just come. And it actually kept me relaxed. It kept me relaxed. Because I was ready to kill somebody. Honestly, I can't. Alright, so what did I do this week? I went to the Passaic Thrift on Monday. Let's get to the fun stuff, right? No more complaining. So anyway, let me just say thank you so much for these gifts. I really, really love them. And it made my day. It really made my day that day. Because that was not a fun day. Alright, so Monday, I went to the Passaic Thrift, and I found this weird little Christmas animated ball thing. It's cool because Santa kind of reflects on the back of the ball, like in his sleigh. It's pretty cool. I liked it. It's right here. I found this 5 and 10 nativity that I absolutely adored. I mean, I'm probably the only person in the world that would see this and say, I have to save this thing because it's so weird and so fun. But I grabbed it and I put little battery Christmas lights around it, and it looks so great. It's right here. I got this beautiful holly candle holder. It's like the leaves of holly kind of folded around and you see the candle in the middle. It is beautiful. It's lit up in the background over there. I don't know, you can't see it in the frame, but I'll show you a picture right here. And the last thing I found was a beautiful crucifix. It's kind of like a double crucifix, and it had a iron stake on the bottom. So I put it by the cat's graves, and I really loved it. All right, then Tuesday, I went to my local thrift and I found this insane Santa mobile that I fell madly in love with. It's such an oddball thing, and I have it hanging in the picture in the big greenhouse window in the kitchen, and it's right here. I also got a big long tapestry pillow with like hunting type dogs on it, pointers or something. I really loved it. And I put it on the outdoor chair because the pillows that I had on it were very spring and summery, so I wanted to put something a little bit darker on there. Because another day this week I found a little snowman pillow and I put that out there too. Thursday, I went down to the Patterson thrift and I got this weird wreath. It's cool. It's really cool. I had to clean the contacts, and I want to clean the contacts better because the first time I turned it on after cleaning it, the little train went around the wreath. Santa in the train went around the wreath, but then it stopped doing that. Also that day I found him. I found this little Santa box. Put nuts in there or something, or, you know, Hershey's Kisses, or, you know, whatever. But he is so cute. Solid wood box with his hands holding the whatever's in his box. Love him. And that's all I found in Patterson. The same day, I went to my local and I found this beautiful angel from Italy. She is a music box. You can see she plays Santa Notte. But someone overwhelmed her and now she doesn't wind anymore. But I love it. If I could ever possibly get her fixed, I would, because this is beautiful and it's made in Italy and I just adore her. Just standing as a little angel statue, she's beautiful enough, but to have her working would make me very, very happy. If anybody knows any place that fixes music boxes, let me know, because I can, like, there might be something online or something that you know of. I would ship her to someone to be fixed. I found a very cool light, a little light that I can move around that I think will work good for those dark evenings in here when you can't see me very well. So we'll try that. And I got this beautiful, very odd, mid-century wood serving tray. But, alright, I want you to see it first like this, okay? It's almost like that sewing box that I got from Warsaw that opens out like this. And you have all those places to put your things. So this is a folding serving board that you can put all your things in. You have a place for a bowl here. You can put anything you want, dip or whatever, crackers, little cups of condiments of some sort. It's just so awesome, and it has little feet. It's a beautiful thing. I freaked out over this. I loved it. I got it for $4.99. And it's compact when it's folded up. It's got these 50s type handles, and it's extremely heavy duty. It's a quality piece. Very cool. I loved it. I'm gonna surprise you and tell you that yesterday I went to the thrift with a ton of stuff to drop off. I dropped all that stuff off, and I did not go inside. I did not go inside. Now that's pretty rare for me, because if I'm over there, I go inside. But I dropped stuff off and did not go into the thrift store. Wow. So I was kind of proud of myself because I don't do that, you know. But I had a lot to do. I had a lot to do yesterday, and the first thing was to get the internet going. So I did that, came home, tested it, because I wouldn't have been happy if I didn't know. So I came home, tested, everything was perfect. Ran back out, had a lot of things to do in the morning. And then of course I had to go to Record King. Well, we hung out for the afternoon, and we were having our dinner last night. So we did that, and it was very fun. And I also went to Music Connection this week, and they redid the front of the store. I guess who they rent it from, whoever owns the building, redid the front of the store, and it looks amazing. I got some great stuff from them. I got, oh, this is so beautiful. Run, Rudolph, Run, and The Harder They Come, and Pressure Drop, being done by Keith Richards. And look at the vinyl. It's a 12-inch single, but look at that vinyl. Black and red splatter. This is so cool. Pressure Drop is done with Toots and the Maytals. You know, that's a song that The Clash does, and I love it. So to have Keith doing it, very cool. And Run, Run, Rudolph, of course. And I did put that in the in holiday podcast number 3, which is a really great one. And if you haven't heard it, go check it out. I got The Christmas Spirit by Johnny Cash on red vinyl with a cutout cover. Isn't that cool? I used to do that in the 60s. And now here's a new one from Johnny, cutout cover. I got The Flaming Lips, Transmissions from the Satellite Heart. Very cool. Very into that. I got Joy Division, Love Will Tear Us Apart, the Halloween edition on limited orange vinyl. Limited edition orange. Very cool. And I got David Bowie, Best of Montreal 87 picture disc. Isn't that beautiful? This has great stuff on it too. I mean, China Girl, Rebel Rebel, Fashion, Scary Monsters, All the Madmen, Heroes, and Time Will Crawl. Glass Spider, Bang Bang, really Loving the Alien. Awesome stuff. Very happy about that. I got a couple of mail things. This was Merch Bar. This is, oh god, this is so great. I love the Murder Junkies. This is Gut Pit by the Murder Junkies, the new 7-inch from the Murder Junkies. That's, of course, Merle Allen, the guy that I bought the jacket from, the serial killer jacket. Really cool. And I'm really thrilled with this. And I also finally got my Seu Jorge, The Life Aquatic. Raymond, look, I found it. I got it. It was cheaper to buy from Germany than it was to buy it in the United States. It was going for a lot of money in the States. But I got it from Germany, and I just had to wait a little longer. But this is Seu Jorge doing Bowie covers in French. How fun. How fun. Next podcast I'm going to do, I'll be playing a lot of this new stuff in it. So, I did a podcast today, which was a random 45 crate dig, because, those are easy for me, and I love doing them, and I wanted to test the new internet with a podcast, and it was great. It was perfect. So now I know. Now I can get down and work on more. So here's what he covers: Rebel, Life on Mars, Starman, Ziggy Stardust, Lady Stardust, Changes, Oh You Pretty Things, Rock and Roll Suicide, Suffragette City, 5 Years, Queen Bitch, Quicksand. Oh my God, right? Very excited about that. He's Brazilian, but he sings in French. Then I got something from Craig, the Record King, and that is this Bowie picture disc, Golden Years and Station to Station. That one I don't have. I collect all the 7-inch picture discs by Bowie. And I didn't have that, and I love Station to Station, so got that. I think that's everything. So yeah, I did a podcast earlier today, the Random 45 Crate Dig. I did the 3rd Christmas podcast just the night before I lost the internet, so I got that out there. So I was like, I said, I got to get this Christmas pod out there, and not even realizing I would lose the internet and maybe not be able to do another Christmas pod this year. You know what I mean? So anyway, I got that out. Really good one. You'll really love it. And that's about it. Next pod is going to be a lot of this new stuff that I've been getting. And hopefully we'll get to read The Christmas Cat one day in the next 2 weeks. Christmas is 2 weeks away. Maybe we'll read it on Christmas Eve, as long as I don't cry, because it's so beautiful. I just hate the thought, any thought of a homeless animal. I can't take. I can't. But anyway, we'll try. So I guess that's about it, guys. I hope you're having a magical, mystical, musical Saturday. I hope all your Christmas stuff is done and you can sit back, relax, and enjoy the season, what's left of it, because it's going to fly now. A week from today is our Record King annual holiday party at the store, so that'll be fun. And that's about it. I don't know what we're doing tomorrow, but we'll see what the weather is, what everybody feels like. But I would like to do something Christmassy, but if it's anything like this, we'll probably just go to Lidl, get some food, and cook. You know, favorite Sunday thing to do. So that's it, guys. I hope you're having a magical, mystical, musical Saturday. Comment, subscribe, spread that love. I love you all. Tink merch below, Radio Tink podcast link below. And I will see you very, very soon.